Oh, great.
Really good start.
Hi, everybody. This is Bart Ratliff coming at you live. I want to thank you for joining us at networkmarketinglabs.com. And today we have an exciting presentation for you. I'm joined along with Sasha Schlossberg and also Mr. Paul G. Walmsley. Now, Paul wrote an incredible book, How to Go From Hello to Yes in 3 minutes or Less. And what Paul's going to teach you, it's actually a 4-part series. He's going to show you how to learn how to overcome call reluctance, know exactly what to say, and deal with rejections when using the telephone as a network marketing professional. And I cannot wait to hear Paul's information. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over to Sasha. And Sasha, Paul, it's so great to be here. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Fabulous. So I guess before we launch in, I want to explain how we know Paul, because that's pretty only the good things. So I met Paul a number of years ago. I was working in a network marketing company and struggling so hard, and I was following the system to a T, and the things like how to do a 3-way call and edify your upline and all of that, and it wasn't working for me. So I ended up in a room one day. I showed up to all the weekly trainings, and one day Paul Walmsley was leading the training, and the information that he shared completely changed my business. I can't stress that enough. In addition to Paul's trainings and his books, he also runs accountability groups, challenge groups for network marketers to help grow your business. He does fabulous training. And so with that, I guess, Paul, do you want to share your background first and how you got your skill set?
Yes. Thank you, Sasha. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And thanks, Bart, as well, also for the introduction. So, yes, it's a pleasure to be here today, sat in my dining room in Beverly Hills. So it's great to meet up with you again, Sasha. Yes, we met, and I remember the specific moment we met because I think I tried to hit on you right away, didn't I?
You did.
And I went, "You're the most beautiful person I've ever met." And you looked at me like, "Okay." No, but no. That was funny, wasn't it? All right, so let's get that out of the way. Yes, so my skill set. So I'm a soccer guy. I'm a soccer player, soccer coach, and I've been coaching soccer for 32 years. So I enjoy coaching, but coaching soccer doesn't pay huge amounts of money. So when I moved down here to LA from Northern California, I sold my soccer business, and I became the head coach of an NCAA men's soccer team. And again, that doesn't pay a huge amount of money. So my girlfriend, who became my wife, who became my ex-wife, we only have one car between us. So she had a real job as an architect, and I looked on Craigslist and said, "Okay, let's find me a job on the way to where you work. You can drop me off in the morning. You can go do the real job and earn the real money, and then pick me up on the way home. And if I can earn $500 a week in some kind of sales job, that's great. It's just gravy for us." So that's what I did. I looked on Craigslist and found this commission on this sales position, and she dropped me off in the mornings and picked me up in the afternoons on the way home. And over a 5-year period, I actually earned a little bit more than the $500. I earned an average of $27,000 per month for five years on the run. So I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that that's what happened because I was trained to sell on the telephone, and trained by excellent people who are earning big money, and we were commission only. So you live or breathe, you eat by it or you don't eat by it, you feed your kids by it or you don't. So it's not been years of theory, it's not been years of seminars and webinars and just learning about, I was on the phone today. Last week I did a $150,000 deal on the phone. So what I teach is the real stuff. And I use it in a full-time professional sales career, but I joined network marketing probably 5 years ago because it suddenly hit me that I'd been selling for 5 years, and at the beginning of the 5th year, I had nothing to show for it. There was no residuals, no leverage, no team. It was just still me making the money, bringing over the bacon. So that's why I looked at network marketing and got into that and discovered there that, what I found with network marketing was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sasha, is a big part of the recruitment pitch from network marketing has always been, well, you're not in sales. We just share and we just sort and all this like kumbaya kind of stuff. But it's called direct sales. It's called network marketing. It's not called direct just having parties or direct just playing around on Facebook. It's a sales position. And if you don't have people running their credit cards through your business every month, you're not going to get paid. So what I found in network marketing, all the training, which was tremendous training, but it never really taught where the rubber meets the road, the actual getting on the phone and doing the job. It kind of was always masking, well, we just shove this bottle in their hand or we let them drink this stuff and then you just go back later and they become a customer. Well, actually, no, they don't. And that's why we all found or find that there's a lot of people fall by the wayside early on in network marketing because they never get that reality check until it's too late. And suddenly when they're about to pick up the telephone, they're terrified of picking the phone up, and then they get a couple of rejections because they've not had good training, and then they're gone. You know, and how many people have we recruited in our various businesses, and then they disappear within 72 hours or a week? Disappeared, Bermuda Triangle stuff. And I think that is, and I know it's because they've never had any training actually on picking up the phone, and then they make a few calls that don't go as well as they would hope. The confidence is shot and they're done. They're suddenly thinking, oh my God, I thought I could just play on Facebook or use the sales funnel, and that's all I needed to do. So what happened was I started kind of testing if I had anything to offer. So I started on Facebook just posting a few things. Hey, you know, what challenges are you having in your network marketing career? Do you have any challenges on the telephone? And then people started feeding back. I'm scared of picking up the phone. I throw up on my prospects. I talk too much, or I don't know what to say. When they say no, I'm gutted. I don't know how to overcome. Can I think about it? I want to sleep on it. So I started writing these little pseudo chapters and said, hey, read this on overcoming call reluctance. Does this help? And started getting some good feedback. And then I did a couple of little podcasts, little recordings, and sent that out into the social media web and got good feedback. So I said, I'm thinking of maybe writing a book, and maybe I could do this. And then eventually someone posted on Facebook, write the damn book. So I wrote the damn book, and here it is, From Hello to Yes in 3 minutes or less. And then I've been helping people ever since. The book covers 3 topics: how to overcome call reluctance, once you've got them on the phone, how to know exactly what to say, and then how to deal with rejection when people say no. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I was just listening to everything you're saying. It's true. I was thinking I have the book out front of my bookcase. I also have your accountability group, and since you are such an experienced trainer, Paul, yes, the Business Builder book, which is excellent for anyone who either isn't quite gelling with the training that they're receiving, or they want an additional challenge. That book is immensely helpful. So for you, in your experience as a trainer, where do you like to begin? Why don't you just start us there?
Okay, so what I want to begin with really is just a couple of things. Again, if you've joined network marketing thinking it's all about sales funnels and social media, it's not. All that does is generate leads. In my job, I'm on a live trading floor, a live sales floor, and we have 8 to 10 live commercials on Fox News all throughout the day. So people call us for help. You can't get any hotter of a lead than that. They're actually picking up the phone and live calling and speaking to me or my colleagues. So that's as hot as you could possibly get a lead. It's still a lot of work to convert those leads into a customer. It's not shooting fish in a barrel. So I think one of the misconceptions I'm seeing is, and you'll see it all day long, Sash, on Facebook, and everyone's saying, you know, just have this lead generation system, we have this funnel, and we have this. That's only the beginning. There's no point getting 5, 10, 15, 20 leads a day if you don't pick up the phone and call them. And what I'm finding is, like in my office, there's about 45, 50 of us. We're all in the same office with the same products and the same commercials on TV and working the same hours. And some people make a very low income. Some people make 7 figures a year income. So that proves to me that it's not the leads or the product or the location, it's the skill on the phone. Would you agree?
Absolutely. That's something that I've run into more than once is you can get bad leads, you can get good leads, but if people are scared to use a phone or don't know what to say, then it doesn't make any difference where the leads are coming from.
Absolutely. And then if you never pick up the phone, you know, they're not going to call you. So, and again, in my job, they do call us and it still work. So I just want to kind of, but I also want to reach out to people and say, all of us suffer from call reluctance. I've done it 9 years as a pro, and I've earned, you know, $1.5 million, $2 million doing this. So, but I still look at the list of names of warm leads that I'm following up with, or internet leads that are coming in, and I still every now and then go, you know what, I'm not feeling it today, or it's just not, I'm just not hitting it off with people today, and I'll take a break. And so we all suffer from call reluctance, and I do it for a living. So your typical network marketer who has a regular job and a family and all this stuff going on, to find time to discipline themselves to pick up the phone is a big challenge. And I totally understand when people have call reluctance, especially if they've got the confidence took a little bit of a beating when they have finally made some calls and they haven't gone to plan. So what I'm trying to do is, the first thing I need to do is help you overcome that call reluctance. Then once you feel confident and you're prepared and you're ready to start making your calls, then to show you exactly what to say. And then they're still going to say no. They're still going to say, I want to think about it. They're still going to say, I did some research about your company on the internet. So you've got to be prepared for those as well, and I'll help you overcome them. Now, clearly in any sales environment, if you get 10 leads, you're not going to get 10 sales, clearly. I think network marketers, if they don't have experience in sales, they get 10 leads, and they might not get any sales from those 10 leads at first, and they're gutted. But you've just got to keep going, but it's all a numbers game. So I can't make you get 10 out of 10. We can aim for 1 out of 10 at first, and then as you get better, maybe 2 out of 10. And if you get super amazing, maybe 3 out of 10. I don't know. You know, you'll figure this out yourselves, whatever works for you. But the first thing is don't beat yourself up because you have call reluctance. It's just natural, and it's even more natural if you're not a sales pro, and if you've not joined the business because of sales. You've probably joined the business because you don't want to sell, and you've probably maybe even been fed that at your hotel meeting and whatever. That's not your fault, no big deal, but it's absolutely about selling, because a credit card has to come out and it has to go through your back office, otherwise you don't get paid. Agreed?
Absolutely. So for people, because I think that there are some companies, oh, I'm having an echo. Do you hear that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I think it's gone now. For some people, their companies don't necessarily, they can manage to do their whole business through Facebook chat. So for those people, I would think this would be an additional, just a bonus skill that you could use. And I think the interesting thing that you mentioned is that when you have 10 out of 10 leads, it's not going to be 10 out of 10 closing. And for me and my husband, then boyfriend, when we first started, I mean, we were 0 for 10, 0 for 20, 0 for I don't know how many, just beating ourselves up, wondering what we're doing wrong, listening to Jim Rohn, who says, hey, if a baseball player gets 3 out of 10, he's amazing. And we're like, well, we're not doing that.
Right.
So I think that, so what you're saying then is that it is, the phone is a developed and acquired skill, but even then, we're not going to all start out with home runs. I think,
right.
What would you say the initial goal is then, to just,
well, let's just, that's a great lead into the title of the book. The book title is From Hello to Yes in 3 minutes or less. Let's just figure out what that means. It doesn't mean you've got a lead, and every time you call one within 3 minutes, they've either joined your team or they're buying your stuff. That's not what it means. What it means is, and I have 4 what I call mantras in the book, and it is, the first one is you've got to have a game plan. So again, as a soccer coach, I would never send an NCAA soccer team out on the pitch first game of season and just wing it from there onwards. I had a game plan for the warm-up. I had a game plan if we were home or if we were away. I had a game plan for the first 5 minutes of the game, last 5 minutes of the game, if we're winning, if we're losing, if we have the ball, if we don't have the ball. I had game plans for every single permutation in the game. You're picking up the phone. You could be about to recruit someone who could earn you $1 million a year. So don't you think it's important to have a game plan? So what I teach at first is, what is the game plan, and therefore what is the yes you desire? So in your first call to someone, your yes should be, yes, I'll take a look at what you've got. Yes, I'll watch that video. Yes, I'll try your cream. Yes, I'll do 5 days on the shake. So whatever your next stage is, it's not going to be, yes, I'm going to join your business in 3 minutes. That's impossible. So have a game plan at first, and if it's initial calls to leads that's come through your sales funnel, your system your company's provided, or what you've built or invested in, once those leads come in and you're about to pick them first leads up, figure out what your game plan is and what your yes is. What's your desired yes? And make it an easy yes. Go easy on yourself. So an easy yes is, okay, you can send me an email with a video and I'll watch it. That's a yes. Okay, yeah, we'll go and take a look at your website. What page do you want me to go to first? Or yes, I'll meet you at Starbucks and I'll try that shake for 5 days. Make it a simple yes, and it's a little victory. Then you can, and as soon as you've got the yes, and this is key, recognize you've got the yes, and then get the hell off the phone. Because what happens is, we've all done it, we get a yes, and they say, yes, okay, I'll take a look at your business, Sasha, and then you go, I've got a live one. I've actually got a live one. I'm going to tell them about the composition plan. And then I'm going to tell them about the science. And I'm going to tell them about the leadership and the vacation to Cancun. And then an hour goes by and you're done. It's over with. Okay, so have that game plan. My desired yes is they're going to meet me for coffee and watch a video on my iPad, whatever your yes is. So game plan is number 1. Number 2 is the hello to yes in 3 minutes or less. Again, it's a 3-minute call. Get an egg timer or have it on your phone. 3 minutes, that's what it needs to be. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes. In my regular job, and I do, like I said, I did a deal last week, $150,000. If I ever hit 15 minutes, and I'm obviously talking big numbers, so I can't do that in 3 minutes, but in any call, if I ever hit 15 minutes, it's a diminishing return. We're going downhill. And so if you ever spend 15 minutes on a call with someone, it's done. I promise you, it's done. It's too long. It's too long. Okay. You've heard me say this in training, Sasha, and I've trademarked this term. Then shut the hell up. Okay? So when you ask questions, when you probe, when you ask open questions, shut the hell up and let them answer. And keep quiet and make notes and listen. You might be the only person that day or that week that's actually listening to that person. Their spouse might not be listening to them. The kids might not be listening to them. The boss might not be listening to them. But if you can actually show that you are listening and you say, hey, is it okay if I make a couple of notes? What? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit more about that? If you're actively listening instead of thinking of your next question and you demonstrate that you're listening, that'll perk them up as well. They'll go, wow, I've actually got somebody on the phone that's listening to me. I can't remember the last time the kids listened to me, or the wife, or the husband, or whatever. So that's important. So have a game plan. 3-minute call, hello to yes in 3 minutes or less. From hello to what is the yes in 3 minutes or less. Shut the hell up when they start talking. And then use what I call a formula. What I mean by that is, I used to be in the Royal Air Force. Not the kind of pilot your dad is, of course. Not even anywhere near that. So I was completely Mickey Mouse compared to your dad, but you can ask your dad this. When you're a pilot, in the Royal Air Force, we call them FRCs, Flight Reference Cards. For those of you who aren't pilots, if you've seen the movie with Sandra Bullock, what's it called? The one where she's stuck in space? Whatever that's called. I can't remember what it's called.
I am pregnant. I can't remember any.
Yeah, you're pregnant. You've got so much going on. The one where she's stuck in space. When she gets into the Chinese space module, she pulls out these cards and she's like this button and that button. They're called flight reference cards. So they're telling you how to fly the aircraft, how to switch it on, how to switch it off, all the emergency drills. So that in my example and your dad's example, if you're flying aerobatics and you're upside down and you have an engine failure, you've got to, know what to do. If you have time to write the aircraft and get the cards out, and you do, but as a pilot, you memorize them all. Why am I rambling on about this? When you have a call and someone fires an objection to you, that's an emergency. And your dad, obviously, or I, at my Mickey Mouse level, are trained when there's an emergency, boom, you know what to do. Otherwise, you're in the side of a mountain, or, a bit more dramatic when you're a pilot. But if you're on a call with someone who could one day earn you $1 million a year, and they say, you know what, I want to think about it for now. If you don't have an emergency drill prepared, and you go, okay, well, I'll get back to you next week, it's over with. So I say use a formula. So I teach formulas. Some of them I've come up with. Some of them are just I'm a bigger sponge in the world that I've just soak in and regurgitate out, so that you can overcome every objection you'll ever get, so that you can build rapport with anybody at the other end of the phone, so that you can identify a problem and then help solve that problem. So that's piquing interest. So I cover a lot, but kind of in summary, have a game plan before you pick up the phone. Know what your yes is, and practice how you're going to go from hello to that yes in 3 minutes or less. Recognize when you've got the yes, confirm the yes, and then get the hell off the phone. When the person on the other line is starting to warm up and open up and share their challenges or problems or goals or dreams, shut the hell up and listen and make notes, and then refer to formulas on rapport building, on piquing interest, on overcoming objections that I teach, so that when those things are appropriate, boom, you're fully trained, you can use them right away. Sounds like a lot of work, and it is at first, just like flying an aircraft's a lot of work, but again, your dad wouldn't jump in the plane and go, okay, let's go, let's switch this thing on, let's see what happens. Okay, clearly your dad's good enough to do that anyway, but you know what I mean. So don't pick up the phone and start winging it, and then blow it, and then put the phone down and go, oh my God, these leads suck, or this business isn't for me, or I never wanted to go in sales anyway. It's not that the business isn't for you, or the leads suck, or you never wanted to go in sales. You just haven't prepared well enough. And I see in network marketing, it's not a criticism. This stuff that I teach is like the real thing. It's the nitty gritty. It's where the rubber meets the road. All the other stuff's nice, the parties and the conventions and the this and the that and social media, Snapchatting and Periscope. It's all wonderful, but in my view, it's all leading to picking up the phone and making a sale. Agreed?
Absolutely. I'm excited to get to.
You're breaking up a little bit, yeah.
Okay. What I am really excited for is our upcoming trainings. So do you want to break down the order in which we'll do those?
Yes, absolutely. So what I'd love to do for everybody is a 4-part training, and I call these the 4 chords. So the first one is how to pique interest. So I'll teach you the overcoming call reluctance, but now you've got somebody on the phone. How do you instantly wake them up out of their slumber and pique their interest? And I'm going to show you how to do that without mentioning your company name, your company products, or your industry. So I'm going to teach you how to pique interest, and this is how I define pique interest. And you have dogs, so you'll love this. If you get a new squeaky toy out and go up to Hobbs, is it Hobbs? Which is the grumpy looking one? Yeah, the grumpy. Yeah, okay. So if you get a new squeaky toy and squeak this thing in front of Hobbs, he's going to go, whoop. His head's going to go sideways. His ears are going to pop up. I don't know whether he has ears that pop up or not, but he's going to do the whole. Yes, isn't he? Yeah, he goes, whoa, what is that? You've piqued his interest. So that's all we need to do. Someone's in their busy life, changing diapers, dealing with this, that, whatever. You get on the phone with them. All I need you to do, or I'm going to teach you to do, is to get them to go, whoa, what was that? Ding. What did Sasha just say then? What was that she just mentioned? That's interest piqued. That's all we need to do. So that's number one. Number two, once you've piqued that interest, network marketing we teach, don't we? Let the tools do the work. Get yourself out the way. If your lips are moving, your fingers should be pointing. So third-party tools. So satisfy that interest, satisfy the interest that's been piqued by using a relevant third-party tool. I'm going to show you how to introduce that third-party tool, present it, and confirm the follow-up. We use a little formula there. So that's the second part of the training. The third part of the training is the tough one, and not every company uses this, but it's the three-way call. And when I've done research on this, and that seems to be the number one challenge people have. They're very uncomfortable doing three-way calls. They don't want to do three-way calls. They don't understand why they should do three-way calls, but they are so powerful. And I'll give you an example in my regular sales job, and I can show 9 years of proof. 60 to 70% of all my sales are split deals, where I've brought somebody else onto the line to speak to the prospect, or a colleague of mine's come up to me and said, hey, Paul, can you call this person? Or they've introduced me. 60 to 70% of $30 million worth of sales are split deals. Shows how powerful a second voice is. So I'm going to teach you how to use that in your network marketing career. You're leaving a massive amount on the table if you don't do three-way calls. I'll teach you how to master those. Then the final part of the training, number 4, is, again, where the money's made, where the rubber meets the road, is asking for the order. And again, people in network marketing don't necessarily like this term closing. All right, you don't have to use that term if you're not comfortable with it, but actually asking for the order and getting the commitment, getting the payment, and then I even do a little bit on the cancellation call, because you should expect 7 to 15% of all the deals you do cancel. And that's going to be like, what do you mean cancel? I don't want to deal with that. And I'll teach you why that's good, and I'll teach you how to overcome. The deal I did last week, 150,000, that almost cancelled. I got the cancellation call, I turned it around, and I'll give you an example of how I did that when we did the training. So, getting on the phone, how to pique their interest, boom, the dog with the ears. How to satisfy that interest by using whichever is relevant and appropriate third-party tool. How to follow up from that third-party tool and then use a three-way call. And how to ask for the order. How to maybe bump the order to a higher dollar figure. How to deal with the cancellation call. How to get referrals. We'll go crazy on that call as well. So they're the 4 trainings that we can put together if you'd like us to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Fabulous. Well, I am so excited for that. And that's about it. Thank you so much for joining us, Paul, and we will see you in the next training.
Can I do a little plug? Is that all right?
Oh, yeah. Let me say something different then, and then Bart can edit all this.
Okay. So how do we get to know more about Paul and his whatever he can do for us?
Yes. Okay. Well, that is absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us, Paul. I'm so excited for our upcoming trainings, and for our people watching, where can they find you?
Okay, thanks for that, Sasha. And again, thank you for the opportunity. It's great to see you again. I haven't seen each other physically for seems like a long while. I'm still honored. Why am I still honored? Why am I still the most important person in the family?
You're the first person that came over to our house outside of family to meet our toddler when she was a baby.
Yes, there you go. So I'm very proud of that. Okay, so what I've got for you, I have a bonus for everybody watching. If you go to paulgwalmsley.com, so you can see my spelling there, paulgwalmsley.com/hello bonus. So paulgwalmsley.com/hello and then bonus. You can get the book, signed copy of the book. That adds about a penny in value, maybe. Signed copy of the book, and a 21-minute training on how to overcome call reluctance. You'll be given a link to log into my training area, and you'll get a 21-minute video training, a downloadable audio version of it, and a PDF worksheet training on how to overcome call reluctance. So you'll be able to read the book and then get your teeth into the training, watch the video, listen to the audio while you're walking the dog, old school, using a worksheet, whatever works for you, all three, 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, whatever works. That's included if you go to paulgwalmsley.com/hello bonus. You can purchase the book there. I'll sign the book. You get the free training, and that'll get you going. So hopefully that's going to be of value to your listeners.
Awesome, fabulous. Well, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.
Thank you very much.